English students, this is Mrs. Peacock, and at this point we need to talk about the research paper, which is going to be your first essay for this English 102 course. I realize that research papers are fairly challenging, but I do like to start the semester with the one that's the most challenging so that you can use this energy you have coming into the semester and go ahead and knock out the one that's the longest and most challenging, and then the rest of the semester is smooth sailing. For this research paper, I would like you to utilize outside sources, so that could be articles, books, documentaries, etc., to learn about an influential person and how he or she influenced today's society, whether for the better or for the worse. While you may choose the person, please ask my permission for your topic before beginning your research. So you'll ask permission by turning in the topic proposal outline, and that's this week's assignment for the daily grade. So just click into discussions and there's thorough instructions and an example of an outline. So that'll let me know what topic you're choosing and the direction you're taking this topic. I'll also give you guys feedback on those topic proposals and outlines. So check back into discussions about 2 days after you turn it in, and I will have feedback for you on your topic proposal. But you must ask permission before you pursue a particular topic. Also, you may not repeat a topic that you have written about in the past. That could be during English 101 or your high school classes, and I'll explain why. All of your papers are going to be scanned with anti-plagiarism software, and it will highlight the sections that have been submitted before in other essays. So I certainly don't want you guys to get knocked for plagiarizing your own work, because it doesn't say the name of the student who submitted it before, so it could be that you're plagiarizing yourself. Also, it's just fair for you to do the same amount of work that your classmates are doing. So please do not be lazy and turn in your past papers. Just go ahead and start a paper fresh. If you have any questions, please let me know. Your rough drafts are going to be due Wednesday, February 21st by midnight, and you turn those into the discussion board. And that's because your rough drafts are going to be peer reviewed by your classmates. They're going to give you feedback on areas that need improvement. Say if your thesis statement needs strengthening, they'll let you know, grammar, formatting, all those things, because your rough draft, you'll have a chance to revise before you submit your final draft. The final draft is the draft that I will grade. So you just want to make sure you clear up any of your revisions before you submit your final draft. The final draft will be submitted Wednesday, February 28th by midnight, and you turn those into the Content Week 5 folder. I literally put on there, submit your research paper final draft here, so it's very direct. You don't have to print off any essays or anything. You can just submit everything electronically in the content folders. This paper is worth 40% of your final grade. It's by far the heaviest weight for your essays because it does take extra work to find your research, cite your sources, and this is the longest of your papers. This research paper should be at least 1,000 words in length. That does count your works cited page and any in-text citations you have as well. For formatting, it's 12-point Times New Roman font, double space with MLA heading and style. You guys have taken English 101, so none of that should be a surprise, but I am going to direct you to the Siegel textbook so you guys can have a little refresher on what MLA formatting looks like. Page 192 has a really good example for heading, the title, double space, the font, the page number, all that stuff. So I would definitely bookmark page 192 in your Siegel book. And this is the same textbook that was used for English 101, so it's just really nifty. Also notice not only do you need MLA heading and style, but you must have a works cited page. A works cited page gives credit to all of your outside sources, and honestly, it's just not a research paper without a works cited page. So you must have a works cited page. And when I say works cited page, I do not mean a list of links. Some students want to just copy and paste website links as a works cited page. Those are not complete citations, and you will certainly have points counted off your essay if you try to submit just a list of website links. Page 199 in the textbook has a really good example of a complete works cited page. Of course, you won't have this many citations. You only have to have 3 minimum sources, but this is a great guide for you to use when you're creating your works cited page, because notice it's double spaced. There's what's called a hanging indent, which just means that those second and third lines are indented. It's the opposite of a regular paragraph, where that regular paragraph, the first line is indented. Just think of it as the opposite for your works cited page. Notice it is works cited as a title, not references or outside sources. Also notice the title is centered. Your citations are in alphabetical order, not necessarily the order that you put them within your paper, and that just makes it easier for me to use your intake citations as a guide to finding your complete citations. Speaking of intake citations, let's take a look at page 154 in the Seagull book as well. These are really good examples of intake citations when you know the author and a page number. You can put the author and page number at the end, like the second example, or you can use a tag in like the first example and have McCullough at the beginning and then the page number at the end. However, many of you like to use websites, and there are fantastic, reputable websites, and they will not list authors. For that example, page 156, Author Unknown, is a really good guide. Notice if you don't know the author's last name, you can use the title of the article in quotation marks to give them credit. So if you're ever not quite sure how to do the intake citation, please let me know. Any sentence you didn't know before you started researching does need an intake citation, whether you've reworded it or quoted it verbatim. Even if you quote it word for word, definitely have that intake citation, but even if you reword the information, you still need to give credit to the outside source. It's really important that you don't have plagiarism within your paper, because plagiarism is intellectual theft, and it will be punished. So please don't plagiarize. And if you're ever not quite sure if something is plagiarism, please ask me that question. I would much rather us have a conversation and me clear up any confusion than for you to accidentally plagiarize. So just always check and make sure. If you're not sure if a website's reputable, you can even email me the link to the website and I'll check it over with you to make sure it is a good website to use. Don't use Wikipedia or blogs. That is a definite no-no for research. So that's up front. Definitely don't use Wikipedia. However, you can scroll to the bottom of a Wikipedia page and pull some of their sources if they have reputable sources that they've cited. The reason why you can't use a blog is because anyone can blog, anyone can write information, but they may not know what they're writing about or may not be experts on the topic. So we just have to make sure that the information you're using has been fact-checked and is based on really good sources. If you're ever not sure if something's reputable, please let me know. You must have at least 3 outside sources for this research paper, and that is a minimum. Of course, if you go over, that's fine as well, but you will need to have at least 3 outside sources. For the final draft late submission rule, this simply means that if you submit your final draft late, it'll be 10 points off every day late. And this is to incentivize being punctual and taking the due date seriously. So definitely try to turn in this final draft by Wednesday, February 28th, and let me know if anything comes up. So all final drafts will be graded using English 102's grading rubric, which is always on the Getting Started page of Blackboard. You've got it accessible at any point if you want to review that rubric. It's also going to be scanned with that anti-plagiarism software. So especially for a research paper, you want to make sure that the information you use, you cite. And it's important early on this research paper to document where you found the information. Don't just start reading over articles or books and then start including it without citations, because then you have to backtrack and find out, well, where did I read that sentence? Where did I find that information? And it creates more work for you and it becomes more time consuming. So just up front, take thorough notes. Make sure you highlight the articles if you are using them word for word, especially. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I always include this brainstorming and outlining space on my topic sheets. You're not required to turn in a brainstorming list or anything, but I just noticed a lot of students like to write on their topic sheet and write out their ideas, so I just provide a space for that. If you have any questions about the outline or which person you may want to research, feel free to email me as well. Some students are like torn between 2 or 3 people that they want to research, and it helps to just kind of talk it out with me, so I can definitely guide you in that way towards a person who would be fun to research. Also notice this is a fairly open topic research paper, so try to choose someone you genuinely want to know more about. I'd rather you choose someone that you're interested in researching versus someone you think I'm going to be interested in you researching. And I'll tell you why. When a student writer is interested in what they're writing about, the essay is much more interesting to read. And also, we will be spending several weeks on this, so I want to essentially let you explore information you genuinely want to know more about versus just another boring research paper. I just want to make sure that you guys choose someone you genuinely want to know more about. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Also, don't forget we have a fantastic writing center with tutors who can help guide you through this research process as well, no matter what spot you're in within your research paper. So whether you're just getting started and needing to gather research or need extra help citing sources, our writing center is a fantastic resource. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks. Have a good day.